Hi, my name is Zachary Mcclurgs, and I'd like to take tonight to discuss with you the federal budget and how we could, better benefit the American people by using it maybe a little more appropriately. So let me ask you, if you had to take a choice of calling an ambulance and being in debt for the rest of your life, or calling a Uber and rolling the dice and making it to the hospital, which one would you rather pick? Well, believe it or not, that's happening across America a lot more often than we probably think. And the whole point of that question was to get your brain thinking about healthcare and, universal healthcare. Is it something that we can use, or is it something that we need? And education as well. Education, how we're lacking behind other countries, and infrastructure. How our infrastructure is old, one of the oldest in the world, especially for being a first world country, and how we can better spend the money to help us become the number one country we are. So, the federal budget. Typically it's in the 1.25, 1 point something trillion. 2019, the presidential cabinet is requesting roughly 60% of the federal budget to be towards military. And out of that, 5% for education infrastructure and healthcare. Now that was just a guesstimate, but that was based off some liable information coming from the White House itself. Well, the problem is that would just leave our country in crisis. And our country right now is already slacking in those departments of education, infrastructure, and healthcare with the budget how it is right now. Right now we spend $1.1 trillion on healthcare in 2018, and I believe the military industrial complex was given about $600 billion. Well, $600 billion is a huge number. In fact, $600 billion is the largest military budget in the world. Largest military budget in the world. If you cut that budget in half, we would still have the largest military budget in the world. Only next to China, I believe at $232 billion. Apologies. Well, the whole point of me being here tonight and talking to you is to show you that money being used for this military that we're not even at a real war right now in. Speaking from experience, I was stationed in Hawaii and I just sat there and trained. That's it. Waste taxpayer money. Well, we could better use that money for other departments, i.e. healthcare. We are one of the only first world countries that don't have some sort of universal healthcare. One of the only ones. Education. We are ranked, according to national, I believe, politics.org, we are ranked 27th in the world in education and healthcare, as well as ninth in infrastructure as well. Guys, America is great, but we gotta be number one, all right? We have to be able to get, if we want to lead the world, we gotta lead by example. We need to provide for our citizens. Yes, we need a strong military, but the military isn't about being strong constantly. The military is about being able to adapt. World War II, we didn't have the biggest army at the time, but we were able to scale up to the biggest army. We were able to make factories that made washing machines, make airplanes, and factories that made diapers, made bullets. But we were able to scale down when the war was over. You don't need the biggest army 24/7. You just need a strong economy. The economy is, in fact, a bigger indicator of your military strength than your actual military. As well as quality over quantity. With technology nowadays, I could have 500 of the best troops, but one missile can take them all out. We need to invest this money more appropriately to take care of the citizens that we have now versus military for a war that's not happening. I'm not saying cut it. I still want the biggest military budget, but let's help our people first. So I'd just like to reiterate, America is number one. I love America. We have a tremendous country, but the federal budget could use some improvement. We are strong, but we need to be caring. We need to watch out for those low-income families who are scared to go to the hospital because they don't want to go in debt. Or the education system that prioritizes Group A versus Group B for certain characteristics. Or our infrastructure, where roads are collapsing all over America, bridges are falling, and it's just because we need to prioritize a little bit better of what needs to be done and what needs to help the American taxpayer. Thank you.